So what we're going to be doing is it's going to be a lay down journey like you've done many times. We're going to do circular breath. So circular breath is in through the nose, filling up the belly, letting that air fill up into the chest, and then out through the mouth. Okay, so just allow that breath to kind of move in that circular form where there's no pause at the top, no pause at the bottom. It's just continual connected breath. And as we're doing this circular breath, we're going to be laying down, and just like any other journeys that we do, DMT could start to flow. And so all of the get excited effects could happen. So you might have numbness in your hands, you might have cramping of muscles, any muscle in the body might tighten up or have some body discomfort. You might have emotions, you might have some dizziness, lightheadedness. All of that is totally normal. And you're welcome to release any of that tension any way that feels right for you. So if you want to yell, scream, cry, moan, groan, burp, cough, fart, yawn, did I cover them all? Laugh, say words, sing, do any vocal toning, just really listen to yourself and how you want to let this go. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing up a trigger, something that you've noticed in your life. When it happens or when you witness it or think about it, it causes you to go into a little bit of a fight or flight state. It might be a small fight or flight state where, oh, my heart races every time I hear a siren. Or, someone last night brought up every time someone yells that it brings up like discomfort in their body. They start to get a panic feeling, right? So whatever those triggers are for you, we're just going to address one today, but we're going to allow ourselves to just feel it. We're not going to go back and like revisit it. We're not going to put ourselves in there, but you're just going to have it in your mind. Like, oh yeah, I've noticed that I get panicky or get in a fight or flight state anytime this comes up. And then we're going to allow our body to move through it. We're going to do the steps that she shared on the guest expert call yesterday, where we're going to reprogram it, anchor it in a new belief and a new way of being with when those things come up. And we're going to release and clear it out. You guys are welcome to have eye masks on. If you feel like you might get to a point where you want to yell, scream, and cry, and you're worried about your family or your neighbors being disrupted by you yelling, I highly recommend keeping a pillow next to you, because you can yell and scream into that pillow and it doesn't bother people. Like, you guys should all test this if you haven't already. Nobody can hear you scream through a pillow, which is actually very concerning if you think of other case uses, but for this, it's fabulous. So keep a pillow nearby you so you feel like you can fully release if you feel called to. Okay. And I invite you guys to take a moment and just do a body scan from head to toe in peace and quiet. Just notice what it feels like at the top of your head and slowly move down, noticing every inch of your body, and anywhere that there's tension, just notice it. You don't have to do anything about it. We're just going to notice anywhere that has tension or anywhere that needs a little love.
Lovely. And as you've done that body scan, noticing what parts of your body need a little love, go ahead and take a deep breath in, breathing in air, oxygen, life force energy into those areas. And give me a thumbs up if you hear the music. Awesome. Breathing in another big deep breath into any part of you that needs a little more love at the moment. And go ahead and let's start that circular breath now. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing in oxygen, breathing in peace and safety. Taking in slow, deep breaths through the nose. And then just let it fall out gently through the mouth. And with every breath, allow your body to settle and soften. Giving time and space for your muscles to unwind. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Every time you fill that belly up and the air moves up into your chest, your shoulders drop. And your breath deepens. Let your mind follow your breath. Like waves, breathing in, finding rhythm on the shore. Exhaling, letting that wave go back out. Each inhale brings calm, and each exhale lets go of what doesn't belong here. Big circular breaths. Let's see if we can deepen those breaths and breathe a little deeper than you were before. Feeling a stretch in the belly, a stretch in the chest, and then letting go any of that tension on the exhale, letting the air just fall out gently. Continuing those big circular breaths. Allowing yourself to stay with that breath in its intensity, allowing yourself to be challenged by the breath a little, taking that breath a little deeper, a little faster than what you had initially planned for. And if your ego mind's talking to you, saying, I don't know if I'm ready for a deep breath today, have that conversation back with your ego mind, saying, I'm ready to let go of some triggers. I'm ready for a shift. So I'm going to allow myself to breathe deep for the next 10 minutes or less. Knowing that this breath is safe. These circular breaths are great for healing, great for the immune system. So we're not afraid of doing these deep breaths. We allow knowing that any resistance is our subconscious mind not wanting change. Change is good. Shift is good, especially when you put the intention behind it. So we breathe deep. Beautiful. And as you continue to breathe, bring to mind a situation, a person, or a trigger, something that's been putting you in a state of fight or flight, something you're ready to be done with. It could be something simple and small. There's just something that you know you have a physical reaction or a mental reaction to when it comes up. And as we breathe, we're not diving into the story, we're just noticing it. Like watching a movie from a distance. And as we watch this movie from a distance, notice what happens to your body as you think about it. Do you feel a tightening in your chest? Or a heaviness in your stomach? Maybe a lump in your throat? Notice what that physical sensation is for you. What happens in your body as you think of this trigger? And just allow those sensations to exist as you breathe. Without judging or analyzing them, just let them be there. This is your nervous system saying, I once felt unsafe here. But today, you're just observing it. You're not reliving it. And we're breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. feeling and breathing. Any of these sensations, tingling, warmth, shaking, or tears, these are not signs of distress. They're signs of release. Your body's doing exactly what it needs to do. Stay with it. Allow yourself to feel it. And don't hold back. Let the breath move the energy out. Maybe the wave of your breath needs to shift. Listen to yourself. To move that energy, do you breathe deeper, faster, slower, more gentle? Breathe and release. Like a wave clearing debris from the shore. As you're breathing and allowing those feelings to be there, ask yourself a simple but powerful question. Is this happening right now? Or is this just reminding me of something? Feel that. In this moment, you are safe. You are breathing. You are in control of your body. Imagine snapping a thin thread that used to connect this old memory to this moment. And as that thin thread breaks, your breath expands and your body begins to release its grip. And you take full breaths in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Each breath creating more space, more presence, more freedom. And now that you can see this past scene more out in front of you, disconnected by that thread, you can see it through eyes of your wiser self. The version of you who knows their worth, who no longer needs to fight for safety or approval. What if this moment was never about your inadequacy, but about your body's attempt to protect you? Let that truth land with each breath. Your body wasn't wrong. It was trying to keep you safe. And as you breathe, whisper to yourself on the exhale, that was then. This is now. That was then. This is now. I am safe in my body. My breath brings me home. I'm safe in my body. My breath brings me home. imagine your present day self walking in calm, strong, radiant. You take that younger version of you by the hand and say, you don't have to hold this anymore. I've got you now. And as you breathe in, draw that younger you into your heart. As you exhale, let go of the fear, the shame, or any anger that came with it. Letting each breath be that bridge, sending a new signal to your subconscious. That's over. I'm safe now. Continuing to breathe through your nose and out through the mouth. Bring your focus to what you want to feel instead. Maybe peace, maybe confidence, maybe power. And pressing your fingers together, finger and thumb, we will anchor in these new feelings. Put your pointer finger and your thumb together and press down as you breathe. Inhale and breathe that feeling into every cell of your body. Does it come with a color, a light, or a vibration expanding with you? As you exhale, continue squeezing those fingers together and imagine the old reaction dissolving, melting out of your body like smoke drifting away. And continue this circular breathing, thumb and forefinger pressed together, as we let this new emotion imprint into your nervous system. Feel the breath moving from your belly to your heart, a gentle wave of connection. Anchoring in the new feelings that you want to feel. Your breath brings safety to your system. I am calm. I am clear. I am free. Now slowing your breath down, you can gently inhale through your nose, exhale through the nose. Releasing that circular breath, we're returning to our natural breathing in and out of the nose. Softly and gently. Fill your heart, your belly, your shoulders. They've all softened. And notice what's missing. That old tightness, that old charge has been replaced by stillness. You've just rewritten a pattern, not by fighting it, but by breathing through it until your body believed a new story. The past has been cleared. The pattern has been rewritten. Take a few moments to just gently breathe in and out through the nose. Your breath becomes the ocean, washing over any of those old imprints again and again until the sand is smooth once more. Taking a few more breaths gently through the nose. Let it wash over any last prints. And when you're ready, you can begin to come back and bringing with you the peace, the clarity, and the freedom. You can slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe stretch your shoulders and hips. And when you're ready, you can even remove that eye mask, gently fluttering your eyes open. Eventually coming back completely. And I want to hear from you guys. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Does anyone want to share as part of their integration? Share anything that came up for them or how they're feeling now? When you're ready, no rush. Adam shared his O2 sats 97.
I peaked during this thing and found that it hit 122, which was awesome. The heart rate stayed about the same, just under 100. Then as I was coming out of it, it had dropped down to 30, the heart rate. I don't know if that sounds about right. May not have been reading, but I was awfully calm coming out of it. As soon as I tried to show it to you and move, it was jumping right up to like a 89 beats per minute, that sort of thing. But
30, I've not seen it
that's what
that slow. That's cool. Definitely relaxed.
I'm just moving into the office so I can get things back up. I'll go ahead and share.
Yeah.
Um, for me, this may be just a sign I'm too much in my head, but I love what the breath work is doing for me in preparation for anything. And that is, I'm just gaining uh, clarity, confidence, courage about upcoming things. I mean, at fast hours, I was getting ideas and uh, confidence and creativity to do what I wanted for my breath work. When it was my turn to present, I would get flashes of what I want to do. on stage, at my booth. All these type of things are just opening up that creativity and courage and the confidence to do this, and it just thrills me to death. And this is in a way, I'm using this kind of to tie it in with even today's theme. Is it's just not allowing any of those trauma or those triggers to set me off. We're just going to go through with this and enjoy the ride and do it with trusting in myself and trusting the breath and trusting in the spirits that are getting me there and everything that goes with it. Trusting what I've been taught. It's just all these type of things are just kind of thrilling, and those are the things that are coming to me as I integrate this.
Awesome. That's fabulous. I'm so glad that it's helping you feel all that confidence. So thank you for sharing, Adam. Does anyone else have any shares or thoughts or questions?
I'll go.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear someone else. Did you want to go?
To you, Robin.
Okay. I needed that. That felt so good. I feel so relaxed. I've been so stressed. I have my whole family breathing. My daughter who's special needs, she will tell someone who's getting all angry, just breathe. Just breathe. So I love that she's listening and she makes them breathe. I felt like I was drifting. I feel like I was talking to someone, but I don't know who I was talking to. And then I caught myself. And I did that twice. That's never happened. So that was a little weird for me.
That's super cool. Just what you needed to do to process. I love that. Awesome. And I'm glad that it was the peace and calm that you needed today. Glad that you're to shift into that. Thanks for sharing. Tamara, I think you had something next.
I would just really like to share that I think the ones with the triggers, they really bring out a lot of emotion for me. I don't know why. Feeling like a little girl that was scared to use her voice has been my journey through this, and finding my strength through my voice and knowing how to use my voice. I'm just working through a lot of that, and today just feeling like when I go through this journey of triggers and things like that that trigger me, loud voice, men's voices, not being able to feel like I have anything smart or important to say, or what I say is misunderstood. The traumas that I've been bonded with for so long are finally starting to break free, and I'm starting to feel more comfortable sharing and using my voice and feeling okay with what I do share. It's still really hard for me, but I'm working through that. Today, I feel like I was called to be here because I didn't plan on being here on the Zoom today, and I wasn't able to make it yesterday. So I feel like this is just another step. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And, you know, it's hard to bring up the triggers, right? Like to look at them. But as we are brave enough to, what's coming up is coming up to be looked at, processed, and transmuted, right? And so I know it's hard, and it's like you said, brings up a lot of emotion, but it is so beautiful to be able to feel that emotion and what those emotions are telling you, because our emotions are just messengers. They're telling us something. And so when we can be with them and listen to whatever that message is, we can make the shifts in our lives. We can do the healing. And so I'm just proud of you guys for showing up, allowing yourself to be in the emotion, even when it's emotions that you've maybe been avoiding for a while. Because on the other side is being able to feel the bliss, the happiness, and the joy as well. So thank you so much for
I also
sharing.
wanted to say, I love your imprint of the sand. I think it's so poignant to use that as a way of like breathing through it like the wave, and then kind of what you're trying to like release, putting it as like your handprint and then having it wash away. Like, I've breathed through this, it's washing away, it's releasing back into as a wave. I don't need to carry this anymore. And as I feel freer and building my courage to do this and feeling my freedom, I love that analogy and that perspective. I really thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. The guest expert yesterday, just barely kind of casually mentioned that that's what these triggers are. They're just an imprint in our subconscious from something that happened before, whether we remember it or not. It's been imprinted into our subconscious of like, okay, this happened and this is how I needed to react in that moment. And then it just keeps coming back throughout life until we allow it to be, that wave to come and wash that imprint away. And we definitely can reprogram it because we recognize that that was a moment in the past that our body has now been trying to keep us from re-experiencing again. But as we retrain the mind and the nervous system to realize that we are safe now, it's a totally different situation. We are wiser. We will not allow ourselves to be in those same situations, and we can be calm and let our body relax now is so powerful. So yeah, she used that, and it reminded me, I had that like exact like download while I was sitting at the beach. I kept doing that with my hand and then watching the wave go over it. And I kind of wrote out like a little thing about it, and I shared it in the community if anyone hasn't seen it. And I was like, oh my gosh, same. So yeah, and it's a nice visual. And kind of with the guest expert yesterday, she talked about being able to reprogram the mind. And so what I did with this today's breath was not just the breath. I do fully believe that the breath can reprogram the brain. Like you will take yourself through the process on your own with the breath, but I just used a little bit of the neurolinguistic programming, some visualization, and just a few prompts to kind of keep your mind on that path. But the breath will do it on its own as well. So anyway, thought I'd give a little backstory on that hand imprint thing. Thanks for sharing, Tamara. Does anyone else have anything?
I do. I I can't get myself to breathe these days. Like, I hate it. I hate it. I used to love it, and I keep trying because I know I need it. And I can't. Like, I couldn't breathe. All I could do is cry. And last night I went to a breathwork session. I hated it. Like, my body doesn't want to do it, or my mind doesn't. And I feel like a fraud. I have 2 sessions coming up this weekend. I want to cancel them both. And I'm just sick all the time. And I know I need to breathe, but I just can't make myself do it. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that, because I know in a room of breathwork facilitators, it's like, what?
Right? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
But I've been there, Sophia. I think I've shared, I've gone 3 months where I couldn't do a journey. It took
Really?
me 3 months to be able to enter back into a journey after one that kind of rocked my world. Stuff came up in that session that I didn't want to face or make a shift in. And it was like, until I maybe even just started a little baby step towards what came to me during that session, I couldn't do another one. I just, same thing. My body fought it.
Yeah.
I had so much resistance. And so this is your opportunity to listen to yourself. If you're having resistance, ask the question, am I having resistance because I'm afraid of the growth that's on the other side? Or am I having the resistance because I truly am not ready for another session because I get to integrate the last one? Integration, we say it's generally 3 days, but sometimes it takes 3 months, to my experience,
Yeah.
and that's okay. And so integration is taking the lessons from what you've had in the past and putting it into your daily life. So if there's something that it might just come to your mind automatically that's just like, oh yeah, I remember that session, and have I been able to put that into my life yet? If not, that's okay. And it's okay to take the time it needs for that to integrate in. Sometimes the learnings can stay, like with plant medicine journeys, I always say the learnings stay clear up here, but with breath work, they kind of are embodied a little quicker. But it's okay if you have a journey where the learnings still stay up here for a while, and you get to settle into them and allow them to just kind of be part of you. It's not a matter of you. For me, it was like I needed to take this little teeny baby step, and I was fighting it really hard. I think I shared this in the past. It was, I needed to break up with my boyfriend, who was like the sweetest man in the world, and I didn't understand why I was being my higher self was telling me to do it. It was like, no, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And that's what mine was. But that doesn't mean that there's something you need to do. It might even just be as simple as relaxing in and allowing those learnings to resonate with your vibration. Right? But only you know. And it's okay if you don't know here.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's okay. You don't have to. But allow yourself that grace of being like, I don't have to move on to the next journey.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll be encouraged to go do a journey, like it sounds like you did last night and today, and you maybe breathed for 5 minutes and it just put you into tears, or maybe 5 breaths and it put you into tears. Is there anything wrong with that? Is taking 5 breaths less effective than taking the full hour? If it brought you the result that you needed, then maybe 5 breaths is all you needed. And it brought the emotions and everything that needed to come to the surface.
This is separate but related in terms of the triggers. Like, I do know that the yelling is like hard for me. And last night at the breathwork session, the woman next to me was just yelling and pounding, and I got so angry, and I was like, please stop. Like, I literally had to move my whole bed away from it. It just was so overwhelming and awful. I was like, this is horrible. And so, I mean, of course, that's like my own trigger that I need to overcome. Like, I know that. And yet it was such an awful experience. And so it's just an interesting balance, right? Like, to try to be a breathwork facilitator and allow other people to release when it makes me so uncomfortable. Like, that emotion, that yelling, anger emotion is just so hard for me. But yeah, something to work through.
Yeah. And you did say that you need to work through or something, or that you should work through or something. And I just want to reframe that real quick, that you can choose to if you want to, right? You can also be a breathwork facilitator that does not like big, heavy releases, right? Like, you get to facilitate your sessions in the way that you want them to go. And if you lean more into the gentle releases, then that's what you'll coach people through. And that's where you will shine, and that's where you will attract the people that need those gentle sessions, right? But also, if you choose that, I'd like to, work through this trigger, then you also can. But we decide what's going to serve our best selves, right? Like what's going to serve me the best in my growth. And there could go either way, the right answer. So have some grace with yourself. You're doing amazing, amazing. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. It's what it comes down to, is just connecting in to your own nervous system and your own beliefs, and then deciding if that serves you or not, and then making whatever shift needs to go from there. I'm proud of you, Sophia. Thank you so much for sharing that. And please do reach out to me if you need to work through anything, or if you're just struggling with that thought of why am I not, you can always reach out to me too. But I'm giving you permission right now to take as long as you need between the next session, and there'll come, because you do believe in breath work, there'll come a day when you're like, oh my goodness, I could really use a session. Or maybe I'll just do 5 proper breaths, and that's, or some breath awareness and daily practice, and maybe that's all you need for a little bit. Tina, I think you raised your hand a second ago.
And then I changed my mind, but I'm going to go ahead. When I've been in this spot, Sophia, I'm still in it, but it just looks a little different at this very moment. Generally, a week or 2 or 3 months or so, when I look back on that moment when I thought I wasn't doing anything, I wasn't doing well, I wasn't moving forward, it just looked different. It looked different than what my expectation. Like I was growing in other areas that I wasn't even aware of, because I was so laser focused on this is where I want to be. And I'm going to guess you're the same, because we don't get to this point to where you are now without some growth somewhere, even if it's not this picture that we're trying to get to. That's all I wanted to say. And we're cheering you on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to second that. When I've had my times when I'm like, what's wrong with me moments, it's what I call, it's like we're bumping up against growth edges. It's like we're coming up to this new level. And so it feels different. It feels scary. It feels almost out of control, because we're not used to this new vibration that we're claiming. And sometimes we have to shift our identity to get where we're trying to go, and that's uncomfortable. And so it feels out of control, when really it's just this new, it's almost like calibrating to this new vibration. And like Tina says, it just looks different than what we pictured in our head it's supposed to look like, right? So thank you for sharing that, Tina. I was there a week or 2 ago. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of fresh. I remember that.
I was just laying on the floor asking, what is wrong with me? I'm not quite to the point, where you are, but I have been, and I will be again, right? Where it's almost consuming my eating dinner, doing the dishes, come on, team, having this chat with myself. And I'm talking to myself right now, really, when I can relax into and kind of zoom out, okay, what's really going on? That's when I can usually inch a little forward. What I'm saying is you're not alone.
Yeah, love that. Thank you guys. Does anyone else have anything they want to share or questions? We before we let you guys go for the afternoon?
I'll share what I did learn from this session. Is it came to me, Tina, you've done harder things in the past. And I started listing them. And I was like, I'm going to write them down and revisit this, because if I compare this, wanting to make my business successful, now my livelihood does depend on it, so that is a big deal. But if I compare that to leaving that stinking abusive divorce, like there's no comparison, no comparison. So I'm telling myself, if I can do that, and if I was able to give birth, I mean, I know I had drugs, but and do some other things, Tina, you can do this, and it's coming. It's coming. Just like I thought I couldn't leave that man for years. I thought I couldn't do it. And here I am on the other side. So I don't know if that helps anyone to list out the things that we have overcome, we have worked through, and visit those things. Because if we go back and visit them, which I plan to do after this call, I will go and find the spot where I am now. This doubt, shrinking, second guessing. It's all in these, maybe not the giving birth, but in some of these other things. Well, definitely raising children. You doubt yourself all the time. But I've been here before and I busted through it before. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Maybe list out things we've overcome before or bust through.
I love that. It's a great idea to journal on. So as we're journaling, I highly recommend you guys journal today about, what came up in the session and what you're feeling, and just kind of brain dump whatever comes out. That's a great idea to add to it. List all the hard things you have done and the successes and the things that you've overcome, and just take a moment to witness how amazing you are, because all of you are so amazing. So we did, look at a trigger today, and we did clear and let it move on through. But it's okay if it takes a little time to keep moving through. Allow the emotions. And if you have anything that's coming up and you need to, ask a question or whatever, feel free to reach out. But allow those emotions, as uncomfortable as they sometimes are, because they're teaching you something. Okay. So you guys did awesome today. And we have our next group breath work. We'll double check. It's the 18th, right? 1, 2, 3. So in just about a week, we'll do a group breath work, and it's going to be all about the abundance, because we're still in November. We're focusing on abundance. So if you haven't been following along in the membership, there's been a couple little lessons on how to bring in more abundance. And it involves a lot of journaling and looking, and then we're just barely getting into the breathing this week. So follow along there, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the 18th at 7 p.m. right in the same place. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Mwah, mwah. You did amazing. Let's see if I can, maybe. Okay, I believe. Trying to kick people out.
Even if anyone wants to stay on, it's just boring stuff at this. I don't even know if you're recording. Let's just try to.
Oh, gotcha. I was just like, how do I kick people out? I think everyone's out.
Thank you for not kicking me out yet. I'll have to call or